Hello, welcome to our channel Top 10s You Should Know. Let me ask you something up front. Have you ever felt like you're always behind on money, no matter how hard you work? Today, we're going deep into the top 10 signs you have a scarcity money mindset. Not the cliches you've heard, but real, raw signs that could be quietly sabotaging your life. And if even one of these hits home, it's time to shift your thinking. Because abundance doesn't start in your wallet, it starts in your mind. 1. You panic at unexpected expenses, no matter how small. You could have money in the bank, your bills paid, and still feel like the ground's been ripped out from under you when an unexpected cost pops up. It could be a $70 vet bill or a surprise fee from your service provider. Nothing catastrophic, but your heart drops, your brain scrambles, and you suddenly feel unsafe. You start canceling plans, second guessing groceries, maybe even snapping at loved ones over something totally unrelated. Why? Because in your mind, it's not just an expense, it's a threat. That's how deeply scarcity digs in. It makes normal life events feel like danger. You might even spiral into self blame, saying things like, I knew I shouldn't have gone out last weekend, or this always happens to me. The problem isn't the money, it's the story you're telling yourself about what money means. 2. You always choose the cheapest option, even when it hurts you later. You walk into a store, see a decent quality product, and instinctively skip it for the cheapest version, even if you know it'll break sooner or give you problems. You tell yourself you're being practical, but what you're really doing is avoiding fear. Fear that if you spend more, you'll regret it. Fear that you won't be able to afford something later. So you buy cheap tools, shoes, services, things that save you $10 today, but cost you $100 in frustration or repairs tomorrow. And you do this even when you have the money for better. That's scarcity at work. It trains your brain to believe that investing in quality is irresponsible. Over time, this belief doesn't just cost you money, it chips away at your self-worth. You start to accept low-quality experiences, relationships, and even opportunities because it's better than nothing. You convince yourself that good things are too expensive, too risky, or not meant for you. 3. You're suspicious of people who are financially successful. You see someone driving a luxury car, taking vacations, or running a thriving business, and instead of feeling inspired, you feel skeptical. You start thinking, they probably inherited that, or they must be scamming people. It's not always jealousy, it's distrust. Deep down, you've been taught that wealth comes with compromise, dishonesty, or selfishness. That money corrupts people. So when someone else is successful, your brain protects your own beliefs by invalidating theirs. This is a dangerous loop. Because if you believe that having money makes you greedy, fake, or arrogant, then guess what? You'll never allow yourself to have money. You'll sabotage your growth without even realizing it. Undercharging, under-earning, or turning down opportunities just to keep your identity aligned with the good guy. Scarcity tells you that success is suspect. 4. You feel guilty every time you spend on yourself. Let's say you buy something for yourself, a course, a new outfit, a massage, and instead of feeling joy, you feel guilt. Not the I spent too much kind of guilt, deeper. Like you did something selfish. Like you don't deserve to enjoy your money unless it's for someone else or something productive. This mindset shows up especially in people who were raised around financial struggle or scarcity. You learn that money must always serve a higher function, survival, sacrifice, or family. So when you spend on your own joy, your nervous system sees it as betrayal. And here's the problem. If you don't feel safe spending on yourself, you'll never truly feel safe earning either. You'll associate money with anxiety, responsibility, and self-denial, and that is no way to live, though. 5. You believe money only comes from hard work and sacrifice. You've been conditioned to believe that money has to be earned the hard way, through long hours, emotional exhaustion, and nonstop hustle. You see people earning through passive income or aligned opportunities and feel suspicious or even angry. Why? Because scarcity taught you that if it doesn't hurt, it's not real. So you overwork, you undercharge, you stay busy all the time, convincing yourself that more hours equals more worth. But deep down, you're scared of slowing down because rest feels unsafe. That belief turns you into a martyr for money. And what's worse? You push away any form of ease, automation, or help, even when it could improve your life. But the truth is, Money doesn't reward pain. 6. You avoid looking at your bank account. Every time you think about checking your balance, a little wave of dread washes over you. Even if things are fine, you avoid it like it's going to deliver bad news. That's not because you're lazy or forgetful. It's emotional self-protection. Scarcity trains your brain to expect the worst. You'd rather stay comfortable in uncertainty than risk triggering panic by facing the truth. But that avoidance is dangerous. When you don't track your money, you make decisions from fog and fear. You miss payments, overdraw accounts, or miss chances to save or invest. And all of that reinforces your belief that you're bad with money. But it's not about math, it's about mindset. You have to make your money safe to look at again. 7. You think rich people got lucky, not strategic. You hear a story about someone who built wealth, started a business, invested early, took a risk, and your first instinct is to think they got lucky. Scarcity mindset tells you that success is random, not replicable. That if you haven't succeeded yet, it's because fate hasn't picked you. This belief removes your power. It convinces you that effort is pointless, strategy is useless, and growth is only for the chosen few. But wealth is rarely about luck. It's about patterns, beliefs, and action. The more you believe success is random, the less likely you are to try, because deep down, you've already decided it's out of your control. 8. You delay investing in yourself because you don't see the immediate return. You've probably said something like, I'll sign up for that course next month, or I'll hire a coach when I start making more, or even, I'll read that book once I have free time. On the surface, this sounds logical. Wait until you're more stable before spending. But what's really happening is avoidance disguised as planning. Scarcity convinces you that any money spent today must bring an immediate, measurable return tomorrow, or else it's wasteful. You don't trust the future. You don't trust yourself. So you put off investing in things that would help you grow, earn more, or live better, not because they're bad investments, but because you're afraid of being disappointed. But here's the thing. Growth never happens on the sidelines. The people who create wealth aren't waiting for the right time. They're making bold moves even when it's uncomfortable. They believe in delayed returns and compound benefits. Scarcity traps you in short-term thinking, where every dollar spent feels like a risk instead of a seed. But long-term wealth? It's built by people who water the soil before they see the tree. 9. You attach your self-worth to how much you save or sacrifice. For some people, money isn't just a tool, it's a measuring stick. You feel proud when you've resisted spending, almost like a badge of honor. You skip the coffee, cancel the subscription, deny yourself basic pleasures. And while it might look like discipline, it's really emotional validation. You start equating self-worth with self-denial. The less you spend, the better you feel about yourself. And the moment you slip, buy something fun, miss a deal, or indulge, you beat yourself up, feeling like you failed. This toxic relationship with money can be hard to spot because it hides behind words like frugal or minimalist. But deep down, you're not budgeting out of empowerment. You're doing it to feel in control of something, anything. Scarcity teaches you that pain equals virtue and ease equals guilt. But you are not more worthy just because you spent less. 10. You believe that wanting more makes you ungrateful. This is perhaps the most subtle and heartbreaking sign of a scarcity mindset. Believing that wanting more automatically means you're greedy, spoiled, or ungrateful for what you have. You've been taught to feel guilty for ambition, like it's an insult to those with less. So you shrink your dreams, suppress your desires, and tell yourself, I should just be thankful. And yes, gratitude is powerful, but it's not a cage. You can appreciate what you have and still want more. You can be grateful for your current job and desire something bigger. But scarcity convinces you that the two are mutually exclusive, that asking for more is a betrayal of humility. That mindset keeps you stuck in smallness. You stop asking, stop growing, stop receiving. You tell yourself it's noble when really it's fear dressed up as virtue. True gratitude doesn't shrink you, it grounds you while you rise. If you recognized yourself in any of these signs, take a breath. You're not broken, and you're not alone. Now, here's what we want to know. How many of these signs did you relate to? Be honest. Drop your answer in the comments, and let's talk about it. Because your mindset matters, and your future self is listening.